Hey everyone, Adam Shar here from Bravura Media Company. I know I slacked off again. I hadn't uploaded a video in a while, but now I'm back. We've got a vintage map for you guys. This is a map of the Puget Sound. It's a bird's eye perspective, and this map was originally produced in 1891. Before I get into this map and kind of go over a brief history, I got a couple of announcements. The channel has almost reached 1,000 subscribers. I'm so grateful for all of my subscribers and people who followed. Man, it's been 3 years since I started my channel. I'm almost at 1,000. It's very exciting. So I just want to thank everyone who's participated and subscribed to the channel. We're almost there. I'm going to do another video once we hit 1,000. We're about, I believe, 60 away. So that being said, let's get into the history of this Puget Sound map. We're going to go over a brief history of the Puget Sound and give kind of like a background. Then we're going to zoom in and kind of explore and examine this map. So let's get started. The Puget Sound is a kind of bay / sound that's located in the northwest corner of Washington State. The sound is an inlet to the Pacific Ocean, as you know. The founding of the area starts with George Vancouver, who discovered the area in 1792. He claimed it originally for Great Britain and named the region after one of his officers, Lieutenant Peter Puget. As British occupation went on, it would eventually become a shared settlement by both the United States and Great Britain. The area eventually became synonymous with fur trading, and American maritime fur traders essentially entered that area in the early 1800s. Fort Nisqually, a fur trading post, was one of the first European settlements in that area. The settlement was backed by the Hudson Bay Company, which was built in 1833. The company, along with the settlement, created a subsidy company in the area named the Puget Sound Agricultural Company, which established farms and ranches near Fort Nisqually. The very first American establishment on the Puget Sound was named Tumwater, which was founded in 1845 by settlers that came via the Oregon Trail. One of the reasons this group of settlers created a northerly establishment that was by the Puget Sound was actually because of race. One of the members in this group was of half African American descent, and in Oregon there were certain, I guess you could say, laws. There were certain race laws going on, and this forced the group to go northerly by the Puget Sound and essentially set up that establishment, Tumwater. The naming of the Puget Sound, as we said before, it was about Peter Puget, but there were also alternate terms for the area through which Native Americans had terms such as Wulge, which is spelled W-H-U-L-G-E, and that essentially meant sea, saltwater, ocean, and or sound. So that kind of gives a very, very brief history to the Puget Sound area. Let's kind of dive into this map. We're going to explore and examine the various visual elements and the historical backing to this area. So we zoom in immediately. We can see Seattle drawn on this map right here. We can see Elliott Bay. We can see even ships detailed on this kind of bird's eye perspective. If we zoom out, I'll give you a much more expanded view of this map. We can really see a lot of territory. We can see mountain ranges off in the distance. See, we've got down the bottom bird's eye Puget Sound right down there. Another aspect that I thought was cool was agricultural aspects and mines were actually labeled on this map. We can see right here various coal mines, I would say, to the the northeast of Seattle. I would say that's about 20 to 30 miles from Seattle and northeast of it. And we can even see right here, these are rail lines, I believe. Yeah, those are rail lines. These are rail lines. You can see them kind of cross paths right over here. But we can see that they're coming to and from coal mining areas, obviously transporting goods to the various areas. This one seems to be going up to Canada. We can see the Canadian state line right here. See international boundary line. But certainly a lot of bays are illustrated and named on this map. Samish Bay, Padilla Bay. Here's various ports: Port Susan, Port Gardner, and let's show you a couple other cities. We got Tacoma down to the south of Seattle. We got Commencement Bay. We can see the ships. This kind of gives you an illustration of, how many ships were in port in these different areas in 1891. You can see Tacoma and Commencement Bay was very, very busy. And we can even see rail lines converging all over the place by Tacoma. And even stretching up to Seattle, we can see that line connecting between Tacoma and Seattle. We can see these lines right here. This is a Union Pacific Railroad line. We can see kind of edge up by Tacoma and upwards. Even Olympia, Washington. And we can see these lines really connect. I mean, these cities got, big to what they are today because, the railroads really helped fuel industry and trade. We can see these lines going back and forth from Tacoma to Seattle and then all the way up to Canada. You see that? I think that's the Union Pacific Railroad. I might be wrong though. I can't. Some of the text is a little bit wonky because it's hard to see on this old map. But we can see coves, obviously, as we said before. Here's Port Townsend right here. We even get islands labeled Protection Island. Here's Kootenai Island. Just really awesome how many ports, islands, bays are labeled. Here is this is access to the Pacific, so obviously ships, if they wanted to get out to the Pacific, they'd come out here, they'd go up, they'd go northeast, right through the Strait of Juan de Fuca, and we got Strait of Georgia right here. So this is to get out to the Pacific Ocean, they'd come through here. We even have mountain ranges labeled as well. I think that's kind of cool. Here's Mount Constance, and he tells you the feet, 7,778 feet. That's pretty nice. I think I saw a couple other. Yeah, here's Mount Baker. This one's 11,100 feet. This one we don't get elevation. We don't get elevation on Shuksan, and that definitely looks like an Indian word. I would like to know what that means. If anyone who is familiar with the Puget Sound area knows what Shuksan means in Indian, I would very much appreciate a comment. That would be very, very helpful. I have no idea what that means. It's definitely an Indian word. But, more mining districts. Here's a Silver Creek mining district right here. Very close to river. So, they were probably pulling out gold around these areas. Gold tends to be around these riverbeds because of the glaciers melting, and it's interesting, very interesting. So definitely a cool map. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something about the Puget Sound. Definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. As we said, we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. It's been really, really a great journey. 300. We've published over 350 videos onto our channel. It's been a lot of work, but it's always been a very, very good joy. So definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like history, you like maps. We do that sort of thing all the time. Definitely subscribe to us. Like this video, share this video, leave a comment below, and I will see you guys soon. Okay, take care. All right, bye.